Morning, everyone. Today is the 15th of Cheshvan. Beautiful Thursday morning. Friend Lev is here commemorating the passing of his mother and saying Kaddish for her. And we're going to dedicate the learning in her memory. We're on page 95, Nachayenu. In today's lesson, since faith, love, and awe of Hashem are spiritual characteristics, it follows that as long as the tzaddik lives within a body, he can only channel these to his students to the degree that the body allows. A physical body is limited. Thereafter, he is not limited by the body and can channel these to an even greater degree. The tzaddik, while he's alive on earth, these attributes are contained within the vessel. And garment, which is what? Physical body. See, this is talking about same thing like your mother. When she's in this world, she's in a physical body. Now that she's in the spiritual world, she can connect with you much more so than before, because she's not limited. During his lifetime, the disciples of the tzaddik receive only the deflection of these attributes. And the ray, the ray which comes from this vessel, the body, by means of his blessing and his thoughts, his spirit, the tzaddik's utterances and thought are able to reveal no more than a minor ray of his attributes. Our sages have taught us, one can never even come close to understanding the depth of his master's teaching until the passing of 40 years. After the tzaddik's passing, since the nefesh, the part of the neshama that remains within the grave, is separated from the ruach, the spirit, which comprises these three attributes, and after his passing is in Gan Eden, don't forget, the ruach is still with the physical body in the grave. Whoever's close to him, if you're not close to him, you go to the grave and you can only glean whatever it is from that area. But whoever is close to him can continue to receive from the ruach, which is in Gan Eden, meaning an actual part of the very essence of these attributes, as opposed to just a ray or a reflection. Because the ruach of the tzaddik is now not within a vessel, it's free to roam, nor on the plane of the physical space, but in Gan Eden, in the Garden of Eden, which will now be explained, is to be found within this world as well. As is known, the famous pasuk of the sages, the famous saying of our sages, Al Yaakov Avinu Olav Hashem, Shenichnas Imay Gan Eden. Our sages, Chazal, have taught us that the Garden of Eden with Yaakov entered with him when he came to be blessed by his father Isaac. So that means that there's Gan Eden down here as well. Likewise, it's stated in Asaram Amoris, okay, that the atmosphere of Gan Eden envelops every individual. It means there's a Gan Eden down here as well. And what's this atmosphere of Gan Eden? In this atmosphere is recorded all the good thoughts and utterances of Torah and divine worship. Whenever we're davening to Hashem, whenever we're learning Torah, the spirit of Gan Eden is surrounding us. God forbid the opposite is also true. Somebody says words which are negative or negative thoughts, it's also recorded in the opposite. Okay. So to summarize, after tzaddik's passing, his power and his faith, his awe and his love are not limited to the physical body, by the physical world in general, but are in the Garden of Eden, in Gan Eden, which is to be found in this world as well, at special times and special places, Hilkach. And therefore, Nokel me'oid l'samidov, the kabel chelka mechinas ruach rabam tzmis, It's therefore very easy for the Chassidim, the disciples, to receive their part of the essential aspects of the Ruach from the Tzaddik, meaning his faith, his awe, his love, with which he served Hashem. And not just a ray or a glimmer, like we said when the Tzaddik was still alive. He was only able to give that. The essential part of this Ruach, his essential faith, awe, and love that relates to himself and not to his disciples, is raised elevation beyond elevation. Where do they go when they're raised up? To become absorbed in his neshama, which is in the higher Gan Eden, in the spiritual supreme worlds. As is known, so no holy entity is ever totally and utterly uprooted from its original place and level, even after it reaches the highest point. Just like we said about Avraham Avinu, he went to spread the idea, the concept of godliness throughout the entire world, but his heart and soul still remained in his original place, Aram Naharayim. That's why he never lost their days. Anyway, rather, some trace of it always remains in the original lowly location. Moreover, as noted above, when we say lowly location, in order to do a mission, to inspire and to bless the people. And we mentioned above that the lower of the Gan Eden is to be found even in the lowest world of Asiyah, in this world. Talked about Yaakov, we talked about during davening and during learning. So thus, in this original aspect, which comes from the Ruach of the Tzaddik, the Ruach which is a level of the Neshama, the second to lowest, or second up, remaining below in the lower garden of Eden, Gan Eden, in its original place and level. It extends among his disciples. So this aspect has detached itself from the essential aspect of Ruach, of the Tzaddik. Its entire purpose is to be vested within the disciples. That's the whole purpose of a Tzaddik. It's not, we learned last night, the difference between meaning, this is very meaningful to me, this is very uplifting, this is very inspiring, and purpose. I have a mission, and I have to go and fulfill my mission. What am I needed for? What do I have to do? And a Tzaddik, his whole purpose of existence is for that reason, to give and to uplift his chassidim and really the entire world. Kol echad kefi b'chinas iskashus kirvasai elav b'chayav b'moisei u'v'moisei b'havarava. Each according to the level of his bond and closeness to the tzaddik during his lifetime and after his passing, out of an abounding love. Anything spiritual is solicited only by means of an abounding love, avarabba, great love. When this degree of love is present, the three attributes of faith, fear, and love are then drawn down. The ruach, the usa de liba, amshich ruach milaela. The Zohar, the Holy Kabbalah, says that the spirit of ruach, of the inner heart's desire, elicits a spirit from above. And so too the disciple, the tzaddik chassid's heartfelt love for the tzaddik draws down these three attributes. But only if he prepares himself. He has to set his mind to it. He has to have a lot of kavanah and he has to think about it. Prepare himself towards Hashem with great preparation and intense effort. The Kabbalah Shleishim Midas Halalu Kederech. What are these three midas? The love, fear, and faith. And he has to Kederech Shehoirahu Rabbi Kamar Rasen Zachirin Livracha Yagaita Umatzasa Tamin. So we receive these attributes in the ways that his master taught him. And to paraphrase the words of our sages of blessed memory, Yogaita, if you labored, Matzasa, and you found it, Tamin, you should believe it, that it's true. So the takeaway is when you have a positive thought of divine service, you think of something good to do, and you're in the middle of doing a mitzvah and you think, I'm doing the service of Hashem. It has an immediate, here it says a cause. I think it's an effect. The atmosphere of Gan Eden becomes embedded in the atmosphere that envelops you. Of course, we have a way to connect with the tzaddik during his lifetime, but even how much more so, we have the opportunity after his lifetime. That's it, folks. Don't forget to do mitzvahs, learn Torah, connect to Hashem, and create a Gan Eden atmosphere around yourself.